It's finally leaked. The Boston Celtics' plan on how to beat the New York Knicks in the second round of the NBA playoffs has been revealed, and this has major implications for the New York Knicks, as the Knicks now know how the Boston Celtics are going to try to beat them and what they are going to need to do to stop them from all of that happening, and we are going to break all this down. This is huge. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 65% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe. We have daily videos. You do not want to miss out on all the great content that's coming your way throughout these playoffs and well beyond. So, all that being said, let's jump into the video. The Boston Celtics game plan on how to beat the New York Knicks has been revealed. There's been a lot of talk about what the Celtics are going to do after dismissing of the Orlando Magic in a 5-game series in which one of those games didn't even feature one of the guys in this photo in Jason Tatum. Now, Tatum's not 100% healthy, but he is playing, and on top of that, there is another Celtic in Drew Holiday who's also dealing with some minor injuries, and that could have a huge impact on the Celtics and the way they might adjust as well. But we now sort of see what the Celtics are, not even sort of, we now see what the Celtics are going to try to pull on the New York Knicks, and the New York Knicks response is pretty clear here. So let's jump into it, take a look at all this, because it was revealed by Jay King, the Athletics beat writer for the Celtics. Though no opponent found consistent answers for Boston's three-point attack during the regular season, Orlando broke it apart. After generating at least 33 three-point attempts in each game of the regular season, the Celtics fell shy of that low bar in each of the final 3 games against Orlando. Boston found other ways to win with Jason Tatum handling in a big series and the defense holding the Magic to 103.8 points per 100 possessions, which would have easily ranked last during the regular season. On top of that, we see from King that the Celtics are going to want to recover their three-point volume against the Knicks, rapid ball movement, and other offensive flow. They will want to free up their supporting cast, which went missing for several games against Orlando. The Celtics had a few issues against the Knicks during the regular season, going 4-0 in the span while making 21 three-pointers per game. Tatum averaged 33.5 points across those 4 games on 53.5% shooting. If he continues to dominate the Knicks like that, generating great looks for himself and others, the series could be a quick one. Based on how the regular season matchups went, the Celtics will likely try to use him to pick on Karl-Anthony Towns, essentially meaning screens early, screens often. They're going to try to get the switch to where Jason Tatum is being guarded by Karl-Anthony Towns, because Karl-Anthony Towns is not a good defender, so it's his best way to succeed while also getting Cat into foul trouble, and that is not what the Knicks need. We've already seen Cat get in foul trouble before, including Game 6 where the Knicks won, and Towns fouled out in the process. So it's all stuff to think about. And the Celtics, now it's clear, they want to use their three-point shooting against the Knicks because it worked thus far. I mean, so far in the playoffs, they have not shot the ball a ton, only 31 attempts, while the league leaders are the Cleveland Cavaliers with 43.8. Celtics shot way better, or way more threes than them in the regular season. On top of that, we've seen the Warriors and the Thunder be the other 2 teams to be over that 43 points attempted mark. Now, the Knicks are all the way at the bottom right now. The 2 teams below them are the Houston Rockets and the Denver Nuggets. Both those teams ended up moving on, or, well, the Rockets might not, but the Denver Nuggets did. The Houston Rockets going to 7 with the Warriors, who are actually shooting the second most. That's pretty interesting. But this is Knicks Digest, so that's not really the point right now. Look, where things are for the Knicks right now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially when looking at the Celtics, who in the regular season shot 48 threes a game and were one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. It worked for them. It worked really well for them, and we're going to continue to see that happen. So the Knicks are going to have to find a way to use their defense correctly in order to prevent this from going down. Or, yeah, as mentioned, this could be a quick series. Now, Josh Hart's going to be a huge part of this on offense because he's going to have to shoot open threes, and we're going to get into that in 1 second. But with Josh Hart averaging 12 points a game, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 50% from 3, it is imperative that if Josh Hart gets an open look from 3, he's going to have to shoot them against the Celtics. The Knicks need Josh to not be afraid of shooting three-pointers, because when he's shooting them, he's hitting them. And that is huge as in itself. But with the Knicks, you need to be shooting these. You cannot afford to not be able to shoot threes because you're working 4 out and the Celtics are drawing guys into Karl-Anthony Towns on double teams, something Tom Thibodeau does not want Towns shooting out of. So it's going to be difficult if the Knicks do not have Josh Hart shooting threes. Now, just taking a look at the responses to this, specifically from Fred Katz, it was mentioned that Towns, assuming he starts the series on Porzingis, will need to stay far beyond the three-point line to close out on deep threes. Porzingis, meanwhile, will likely begin the series guarding Josh Hart the same way the Pistons placed centers on Hart last round. Tatum and Jrue Holiday, as they did during the regular season, should take turns on Towns as well. The strategy will allow the 7'3" tower to roam into the paint, taking away driving lanes, layups, and dunks, meaning Josh Hart is going to have to shoot the ball. There is no way around it. He's going to have to be comfortable shooting threes. So that's really important to note here. And Katz also mentioned that because of this, because the Celtics shoot more threes than any other team in NBA history, the Knicks, meanwhile, were 28th in three-point attempts during the regular season. So not a great situation for the Knicks, if we're being honest. There will be a wide gap. Even if the Knicks close it some from beyond the arc during this series, which means New York cannot turn it over, it means Towns, Robinson, and Hart must gobble up rebounds on both sides of the court as well. They have to be rebounding. They can't allow second chance points because second chances, they lead to the most open threes in basketball. So the Knicks cannot find themselves in that situation where they're giving up second chance shots because the Celtics, they're going to take advantage of that. They're not a great rebounding team with that starting unit. Porzingis is not comfortable being the only big guy out there. I really want to see at points when Porzingis is the sole big out there, please put Mitchell Robinson out there with Karl-Anthony Towns. It makes so much sense to use that lineup then. That is the right time to use that lineup if you're the Knicks. Towns' last series averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds with 2 assists, and I'm rounding up there. All of those numbers are down from the regular season. Now, he shot 48% from 3. That was great. He shot 49% from the field. That was also good. It's just the matter of he has to be used more. And that's on Tom Thibodeau for not using him more. I've had this gripe with Thibodeau since the playoff series began. You got smaller guys on Karl. Let him body through. If Porzingis is going to come for help, Josh Hart's going to have to be ready to shoot that ball because he's going to be the guy they're targeting to take open threes. Make them pay like you did last year for that, Josh. Teams let Josh Hart shoot open threes last season. Look what happened. Josh shot awesome. He shot 40% from 3 and had a phenomenal playoff run. He was averaging nearly 20 points. He was insane for the Knicks. So he has to be that guy. Someone we all know he can be. So all of this has to add up for the Knicks correctly. Again, the Knicks are fighting an uphill battle here. No one's pretending like they're not. Now, Katz also mentioned the Towns, assuming he starts on Porzingis, will need to stay far beyond the three-point line to close him out. Meanwhile, they'll begin the series. Again, we've looked at this. We've seen this. We've seen what they want to do. And because of that, how do the Knicks approach the Porzingis problem? Do they put a wing on him, as some teams have tried in the past? Moving Towns onto Jrue Holiday, that would mean, which could go one of two ways, because especially with Jrue being injured, it might work, or it might go horribly because Towns is a lot bigger and not exactly the most graceful guy in the world. It would take a change in mindset from Tom Thibodeau to try it. The Knicks rarely cross-match with their centers. Does the defensive-minded Mitchell Robinson become increasingly important? He better, either because he plays alongside Towns or instead of him. He needs to play alongside Towns. I understand Tibbs has not ran this a lot, but he's going to have to. This is the situation the Knicks are in. We've seen that work. He used it for 3 minutes against the Celtics. Last game, Porzingis was the one big out there. The Knicks looked like they were in control of the game for only those 3 minutes. They have to do this. There's no way around it. Look, this is the key matchup. I know everyone's like, oh, it's Brunson versus Tatum. Well, yeah, they're the two best players. This is the key matchup. Same position. They're going to be matched up with each other. Towns has to be able to stop Porzingis, and he also has to be able to make Porzingis come over and help so he could work. Or you have to figure out a situation where you have Mitch down there. So because we've seen it with the take a breath. We've seen it with the Pistons. When Duren was out there as the one big man, and the Knicks had Cat and Mitch out there, Duren was less interested in helping because then Mitch is going to have a wide open lane to grab every offensive rebound. Mind you, he is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. That will work. It'll work better than whatever's gone on so far against the Celtics. Yes, look, no one's saying that Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby are not going to be insanely important during this. OG is going to be matched up with Tatum. So far, that matchup has worked this season. I know it doesn't feel like it. Mikal's guarded Tatum most of the time. Mikal's defense was phenomenal against the Pistons. In the regular season, it was up and down. Against Jason Tatum, it was down. You put OG on him. You make OG body Tatum up. Tatum's not 100%. Make him work hard. It's going to gas him faster because he's not going to be at 100%. Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson's going to have to create a lot of offense out of nothing. We've seen him do it 100 times before. He'll do it again. But this is an elite defensive unit as well. The Knicks are going to not just be able to work switches. Be like, oh, well, Drew Holiday's on him. Might as well work the switch. Oh, wait, now Derek White's on him. That's great. Let's switch again. Okay, now Jaylen Brown's on him. All these guys are phenomenal perimeter defenders. You're going to have to manipulate this and figure out a way for Karl-Anthony Towns to get that ball with Porzingis away from him and afraid to help. That is how you win on offense. And on defense, you need Mitch out there as much as you can have him. That's what I think the Knicks have to do. It's a matter of if they're willing. We've seen what the Celtics are willing to do, and it's going to have an impact on things. What do you think the Knicks should do? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.